How come you're all there already? Like, not even, does it come up? Yeah, I'm just, so let me move some stuff. I've been making some, what do you call it? Dream catchers, handmade paper, handmade paper butterflies with roses in. I make these sometimes, you know, do all the wood bit and everything. Been crafting, making some raggy key rings, I call them. Big chunky raggy key rings. I've been doing that today, listening to some stuff. So, and I've been laughing at the trolls that seem to come and comment. Stupidest comments I've ever heard. 17 again, 18. I just can't believe how people get triggered by certain words or what people think are conspiracies, and they just make me laugh. Can't have a laugh, these people, can they? No, just, I don't know, just random trolls. Yes, we'll call them the lovelies, you know, paid trolls, or just trolls, or bored people, or, you know, keyboard warriors, whatever you want to call them. It just makes me laugh. I say welcome, then it just gives you more views, really. Yeah. Hot and crafty, marry me. Yeah, I like to craft. Still not finished that picture off yet. I've got to get round to doing it. Hi. Twitter, Dolly Daydream, or it might be under Jane 9 and on one of them. Twitter. Bill Cosby got 3 to 10 years and taken away in handcuffs. When was that? Today? Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, the celebrities starting to go down now, are they? Oh, just trying to think. Soapbox Discord. I'm not on Facebook or anything, you see. Soapbox Discord. I'll have a think. I'll have. WhatsApp. I know you're in America. WhatsApp through text. I don't know. Yeah, I'm on there somewhere. I'll talk about it later. You just got suspended on Twitter. They're gonna start pushing it now, and we all know why. So is that? Am I on? So yeah, I think I'm on. I'm on Choctaw. I can never say his name. Choctaw Scout. Soapbox. I'm on there somewhere. Yeah. I get hold of Gran Torino sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll talk. Well, there's loads. Hi. I'll just let everyone come in first before I start rattling on. CNN shaming us over Crosby sentence. Shaming us? Oh yes, because we mustn't shame the celebrities, must we? Oh, what good? Well, on Twitter, I can't explain it. I put something up my dad found from, I don't know if it was December, and I was in a kill box, and then it said no next to it, like, he's not dead, you know, because they're normally in the kill box. So, oh, okay, what in, you know whose Discord? Yeah, but Kavanagh is still the devil. I've heard some more women are trying to come forward. What an absolute joke. Trying to slow walk it again, aren't they? Trying to slow walk it. Hi from Texas. Oh, yes, he has all the answers. You know, you have all the answers when you don't research. Sorry. But I know it's pathetic. It's just, oh, well, these people don't care, do they? Just trying to slow walk it. You know it's never going to happen. He's going to get his seat in there anyway. Oh, yeah, I know, yeah, I know what you mean. Set up for me. Huh? No, don't get me wrong. You know, fight's a good fight, but you can't really comment on things if you don't really research. I just find it a bit odd, really, but there you go. But I was going to talk about the Kavanaugh's family getting death threats. See how pathetic it is, and the Democrats and the left, you know, his family can get death threats off people, and that's how, yeah, good will prevail, of course it will. I can't, it doesn't even come out of my mouth how stupid people are. Oh, they're going to be, well, we know what they're going to be like when all this drops. Yeah, when the sky falls. Yeah, when the sky falls. And as soon as Cav gets in, Cavy baby, we know what's going to happen. Did anyone see, before I start talking about that Q drop, you know, Are We Alone? Did anyone see Trump's speech today? Oh my God, I thought it was amaze balls. Hang on, I'm just going to switch this light off. Yeah, Trump's tweet was absolutely amazing. He said something about ancient wisdom, and he was just dropping them all, and it going on about allies, you know, you best be allies and stuff. He's just such an awesome guy at speeches. A bit like JFK Jr. was pretty awesome as well. Natural. Didn't need one of those, what they call proper, I can't remember them things that you read off, you know, like Obama needs and people like that. Yeah, it was just, I didn't see all of it. I just caught the end bit, so I will have to watch it again. But I know it's quite long and it take ages to come on. Somebody said, yeah, auto cue. Is he supposed to be meeting Theresa May? Is he? Supposed to be meeting Theresa May, is he? Can't think why at all. Can't think why at all. Teleprompter. Oh yeah, teleprompter. Yeah, that thing you read your words. Trying to think if I've seen anything else today. Anyone was telling me anything. Oh, someone kept commenting about someone had definitely said, looked through it and said it wasn't JFK Jr. at the rally in Las Vegas. I don't know why people keep saying that, because it's like, I believe it, I saw it, you can tell it's him. I don't need someone saying somebody else said, even if they're on a YouTube channel. Doesn't mean nothing to me. It's not going to make me stop talking about it. And it's not going to make me go, oh, I best stop talking about it. So I don't know why these people say this. It just makes me laugh. Yo, Dolly, I thought I'd have my hot chocolate tonight out of the, thought it was quite appropriate, the Doctor Who mug. And it says on it, whatever happens now, you do not interfere, the Doctor. Whoa. My eldest son's was really into Doctor Who when he was younger. Still likes it. It's always on every Christmas. So I know there's been other Q drops, but I was just going to talk about, because I like to talk about the stuff that people don't like talking about, and it seems to, bring all the trolls out and all the people who just have to make nasty comments. I don't know why. They can't even have a bit of fun and just join in, because this is about what you think, not what I think. I'm going to say what I think, but you can join in as well, because, well, I don't know who he is. Who's he? I'm coming across a lot more on YouTube, so, people who are into this stuff and this, that and the other. A show that I watch as well, who makes me laugh, is The Doom Show. The Last Train Out comes on here sometimes. He does stuff all on aliens. English as well, and he's really good at it. He gets very excited. Hi. One of the Doctor Who's. Oh, right, sorry, yeah, half asleep there. Yeah. I'm not good with names sometimes. But yeah, that post with a Q drop with, this is a bit of fun, people, as well, even if you don't believe it, you do believe it. You think it's a conspiracy, it's not a conspiracy. Conspiracies, that name made by the CIA. Join in, it's just fun. Hang on a minute, where is it? I don't know. I don't know, because you always get used to one and then a new one comes in. It takes me ages to get used to someone. I'm like, I don't like them because they weren't the one before. Yeah, trippy music. I'm just trying to find. Let me just see where I wrote it. Where is it? Oh. I don't know where I wrote it. Oh, yeah. I like all of them, really. You know, you just get used to them all. Speak your mind. Oh, I will. Oh, who was the guy in the man in the red suit tie on the... You mean the one where he sat in the helicopter in the door and Trump was in there and there was a woman, another woman who I believe to be JFK Jr. Looked like him sat there. I think he's just gradually coming out more and more. But anyway, so we had the Q drop. Did I put the number down? 2221, I think it was. I'm not sure. But we've all heard about it, so I don't really have to go on about it. But it said the Anon asked, "Are we alone?" Roswell, because we all know what Roswell stands for. And then we got back. It did look like our guy. It did look like our guy. Another coincidence, I guess. Q put back, no. Highest classification, consider the vastness of space. I mean, come on, guys. What do we think? Do we believe we are alone? I would like your comments, please. And, you know, people have different opinions, you know, aliens or the ancient civilization or fallen angels or demons or whatever. I know everyone has their own sort of thing on it, and we're not saying anybody's right or wrong. We're just saying, let's just see what everyone else thinks. Yep, mathematically possible, exactly. I'll probably talk about that at the end. I always get on that train again. I was watching vids this morning about secret space program. Yeah, I was watching. God has to be somewhere. God, yeah, even if it's God's source. Here he is, the Doom Show, the last train out. Battle for Relay and Washington incident were real following Roswell. Well, I actually watched today. I'll just tell you who I was watching, because obviously, hi, I've heard snippets of Roswell and this, that, and the other. I don't know loads on it, but it all interlinks with, guess what? The book I was reading, Behold the Pale Horse, you know, the military, the greys and things going on behind there. The fact Q was even bringing it up made my hairs on my back. I know, this was one thing we were waiting for, and when it all came up, that's why I wanted to talk about it. Everyone on YouTube, especially those that are into all that, just went like, boom, my God. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there who just don't think anything and don't want to believe it, but God, people, it's fun. I said to my dad the other day, yeah, B. Cooper originally believed that shortly before he died, he said the greys will be used to scare us together. Well, there's lots of, we'll go into that because there's lots of sides of the greys, good or bad. But, what did I just see then? I forgot what I was going to say. What about Bill Cooper? It's just, I said to my dad this morning, right, when I went to school, this was my face. Yeah, alien gods, you know, just bring it all in. Nobody say anybody's wrong or right, let's bring it in. When I was at school, this was me at school. And I used to be talking to everyone. This was my face in history. I thought it was so boring. Now I realise why I knew it was so boring, because it's been a total lie. Now this sort of stuff, I don't just mean the alien stuff, I mean everything we're finding out about, what we're trying to find out about our true selves in history, because history's been a lie, is amazing. And it's more exciting than when I was at school listening to all that tripe, you know, trying to cover stuff up and not saying there wasn't snippets of truth, because obviously there was. I hope that's not you before who was going on about a big long word that meant, what was it, opioids, because that was the daftest thing I've ever heard. What you on? Or was you meaning something else? Because I googled it. Yeah, history was so boring because it's a lie. So when you hear about all this stuff, to me, it resonates and it's much more interesting than the stuff we learned at school, because actually we don't learn anything at school. Mathematics and all that, Pythagoras and all that used to bore me to death as well. And I'm not brilliant at maths, but guess what? We use it the wrong way. Taught a little bit wrong there. Yeah, it might add things up, but not to the true meaning of what it's used for. You know, symbology, secret letters and numbers, all that sort of stuff. The ones that illuminated, no, these elites know what it's all used for. as some of us do. Nothing like Q to spur interest in things. Didn't care about growing up. He's bringing us together. So is bringing us together. Yes, history is his story, because that's how they use, when people talk about words being magic, it's the way people use words like history. His story is the person who's won at the time writes history. So they can write what they want because it's his story. It's like we all need love. You know, we're going about love. We do, because love, you evolve with love. If you turn that word round, it says evolve. Evolve, people. Evolve. If everyone loved, you know, in every religion and everything, and realised we're all the same, we'd all evolve in a bit better humanity, wouldn't we? I think, anyway. But yes, like I said, when that drop came, everyone went pa-chung. Now, on the old Q map that's fallen to bits here, it does actually say... oh, let me tell you who I was listening to this morning before we get into a chat. I was listening to... Some of you may have heard of this channel. I know there's loads out there because I've seen some. You know, Gaia, Truth Hunter. I can't remember the woman's name. She does a lot on... alien stuff, and the crop circles, which I find really interesting. The rubbish crop circles are rubbish, but the crop circles, we can talk about that tonight as well. She's brilliant. But the one I was watching today, the one I was watching today was, I can't remember, but it did actually have Roswell in it, so that was quite fitting because, you know, the Q drop had Roswell in it. And I also watched What Happened to Eddie Page, Palladian Starseed on Chemtrails MN. Don't let that put you off. Which is funny because on the Q map, right at the bottom, you know, because they are going for all that, with the Vatican right at the top. At the bottom, where the breadcrumb started, if you know about Q, it says breadcrumbs, Palladian guidance, freedom. Palladian guidance. And then right over here, I know it's back to front, it says Draco reptilians. Let me just read out on here, because we always, if you go on anything alienified, you always hear these names, or I have heard Palladians, ancient aliens, Anunnaki, those who from heaven to earth came, crop circles, Phoenix Lights, Draco Reptilians, Palladian Lord Ashtar, Galactic Federal of Light, Ascended Masters, and there's a lot more things around that. That goes right up to Area 51, and the Dumbs, the Deep Underground Military Base. And on that, who goes up to there as well, is InfoWars, Alex Jones, and David Icke. So yes, I do watch a bit of David Icke. So, and I did see somebody doing a video now. I don't know if anyone's seen these. What do you think of the videos where they go, oh, someone's a reptilian, and all the face distorts? But this one was really mad. It wasn't like mine a few weeks ago, if anyone saw it, where the screen went funny and I looked like a reptilian because, like, it just looked weird. This one was actually, it was just weird. It did look like half reptilian thing, Draco thing, whatever it is. But does everyone believe in different dimensions? That sort of thing. Because the Gaia one I was watching was saying, and I've always thought this, and it is in the book again of the Bill Cooper one, or I should say William Cooper, Behold the Grey Horses. They're trying to help. Yeah, that's what I've heard. They're the bad ones. I've seen a lot of some. They're not all bad. I don't believe they're all bad. I think there's some helping. Not that they have to be that interested in us, but some are helping against, say, like the reptilians. If they're the bad ones, they fight against them as well. Is because if you want to go down this rabbit hole, let's just have a nice laughy chat about it. Let's have some fun. Is because we've set atomic bombs off and stuff like that, and nuclear weapons. Yeah. They can't have that happening because, believe it or not, there's outer dimensions around everywhere. We can't see the other dimensions. Some people can because we're on that frequency. Because don't forget, we all work off sound frequency. The universe works off, she did say, and I believe this anyway. I was talking about sound the other day. Yeah. The universe work. Let me see what's right. She wrote this. The universe is built on sound patterns, like I said the other day, sound frequencies and all that, which is why many different world dimensions can exist in the same space, each on a different frequency. So that's why sometimes you can't see something or hear something. It's on a different frequency. But you know, like dogs, you can get them whistles. We can't hear it, but they can. It's sort of like that. They can hear it. That's why dogs, animals sometimes see different things to we do. No, I don't think they are. But disrupt, it says, disrupt a world's dimension to the point to where you destroy the carrier wave. It exists on you have created an, I can't even see what I wrote, created a whole in existence that cannot support the dimensions below or above it. It's that thing again, as above, so below. So think of like, this is how I see it. Say I've got a pen. Winning. Are you on the train free state now? Well, you're just pretending, or have you always been pretending you're not, but you are really? You know you want to. So, the art of war deception. Well, see, I see it like this. If we're here, and there's all these other dimensions, I don't mean planets, whatever, they're all connected, sort of thing, blah, 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 blah. Hi. So if we destroy them, it'll destroy another and destroy another, and it'll be like a domino effect. And it'll destroy other dimensions because we're sort of all connected and work off each other. I'm in the house. So that's why they would... Oh, it's on 18. That's why they would come in and help. But I believe some people have said they can't come here because they don't work that way in our dimension. They have to come through different ways. Maybe different frequencies into people's... yeah. Into people's minds. And I've heard all that sort of stuff as well. But I think it's fun to talk about. No, I don't think he's on this conspiracy. But what do you all think? Because some people say, oh, they're all evil. I think they'd all be evil. Because they're portrayed in films that they always come here to destroy the earth. Which, yes, but I do think like human beings, there's good and there's bad. They might not be that bothered about us. But like I said, if it interferes with the dimension, their home that they live in. I know you do. Then they sort of have to take notice of what's going on, you know, with nuclear weapons and stuff we've had in the past and all stuff like that. Oh no, Hollywood wouldn't lie, would they? They want to keep you in fear and keeping you thinking, you know, the other thing. White hats will do unspeakable things to take down evil. Yeah, but does I just want to know who's on board with the alien thing anyway. Have you always thought as a child, you know, there's something more? Has anyone seen anything? Or I've seen things in the sky. And the weird thing today was, oh God, I forgot to tell you. Yeah. This year anyway, I've seen things like this. I saw an orb in the sky, very, very, very high up, no lights on it. And it wasn't flying like this, it was going like this. It was zigzagging. And this woman mentioned something about zigzagging and I was like, oh my God. And I rang my dad today and he didn't pick up, right? This freaked me out. I rang him and the phone was ringing, and it was ringing, and all I could hear why it was ringing was ksh, ksh, and it was like somebody in the wind. It sounded like wind. When I eventually got through to my dad, I said, oh, was you out? Was you driving? He went, no. I said, even though it was ringing, he'd not picked the phone up. He went, no. I said, the phone was all funny when I was trying to get through to you. I said, I think the aliens have caught on to me. I'm only joking, but it was making a noise, and it was a bit like, a bit freaky. Seeing green light hovering, and soon as I seen it, took off at an unbelievable speed. I saw something that I believed was an interdimensional orange fire. But yeah, I've heard about orange. Yeah, orange orbs. I've heard about that. Anyone else? Did you ever wonder where the little voice inside comes from? You in another dimension? Oh yes, I was talking about that the other day, where your voice comes from. I said sometimes I'll go and sit in the garden where it's quiet. And I wrote a load of stuff out the other week about, was it frequencies, light frequencies, beings, because we are, you know, we get sort of telepathic thoughts from different dimensions. We think it's just us thinking, but it's other thoughts coming in from other dimensions. That's where your voices come in. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe that, but a lot of people do. Yes, aliens and we are multidimensional. Think about it. If they're aliens, we're aliens to them. We don't look the same to them. They say, right? Just think about this. This is just a nice chat to have. You know, no one's right, no one's wrong. If there's lots of multi dimensions around us, around Earth, everywhere, in and out, up above, down below, wherever, we would see an alien, think, oh my god, that's different to us, it's an alien. We would look alien to them as well. They'd probably be just as scared of us as well, because they'd think, God, they're really weird looking, aren't they, them humans? Do you know what I mean? That's what I think. Anyway, space is infinite. There is infinite amount of life. Yes, there is. Well, that's what Q said, didn't he? He said, you know, think about the vastness. We can't just be the only ones, you know, alone in the universe. Look into alien. Oh, the chat's going too fast. Thank you, Wish Fix. I always want to call you Wish Fart because of that cartoon, that daft cartoon on TV called Wish Fart. Hi, Dolly Daydream. I believe we are alone. The NASA administration that they don't have the technology. Well, NASA, we all know NASA's a lie. We all know NASA was put there to rake in all the billions, to fake stuff and make us think of something else when really there's other stuff going on that they don't want us to know about. Also, the book I was talking about yet again, Angelic. Yeah, I've heard about the orange. I think I've heard about the orange fireballs, the ones, you know, with the crop circles, because we know some of the really crap crop circles have been made by people, but some of them are that amazing. There's no one walking around with boards making them. And there was a story where in England where someone was taking people flying over them, and they'd only gone up and come back, and in the space of 20 minutes or something, there was a crop circle laid out, which wasn't there when they went up that fast. Now, I saw on Gaia today, the woman, because she does about crop circles, was saying it's communication to us. We were putting communications out. We shouldn't have been putting communications out because you don't know who you're getting in communication with, if they're good or bad. Hi, thank you. And also that some of the communications, there was a guy, I don't know if anyone's heard this story, I don't know the names, I can't remember, I'll jump in chat in a minute, that years back a guy, it was in the military and his family going somewhere, and he saw an extraterrestrial or a spaceship or whatever, and in the end he started getting these numbers in his head. They were like squares, and it was like you know, a written language, and he found out, they did work out what they were saying, and they were saying that our beings coming from another place, they are here to harvest and take things and sort of to destroy humanity. The good ones, if you want to call it, don't want that because it interrupts with their dimensions as well. But it was really weird because the way they were written, they had kill boxes in like Q, which I thought was like, interesting. Have we got military Area 51 Q? You know, I don't know. Just saying. Yes, we know NASA lies. Yes, NASA does lie. I've seen some of them where they're up in the space thingy, and like the women's hair's like this, and it looks like it's been backcombed. It's like me just backcombing my hair like this, and it's like bending like this. It doesn't even look real. I think they do a lot of it underwater myself, but we know they lie because they don't want us to know the real technology they have got, the advanced technology that we've had for a long time. The moon landings were fake. They weren't fake as in we didn't go there. I think we went there before, and they made their moon landing look a bit crappier because they don't want us to know the alien or ancient technology, or, you know, the actual technology we have got that is more advanced, I should say, advanced technology. Yeah, hairspray and backcombing. I mean, as a woman, I'm like, what's her hair look like that for? It's not like floating, it's like stuck up. It's not, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen a lot of the NASA I just laugh at the NASA videos. Last time I went and watched NASA and it was showing Earth, I just wrote in it, ICQ, and they all went mad and chucked me off. I even got banned off NASA, so there you go. NASA Live it was. So if anyone watches NASA Live and you're into Q, just go and put I can see Q. But Antarctica, that's the other thing, isn't it? We've actually walked around in a couple of crop circles. Did you? Yeah, I was going to say, if any have ever been to crop circles, I haven't. This is why I need a fella who's into all this sort of stuff, and then we can go on like trips and stuff, and it'd be great. But they say there's energy there, isn't there? Obviously, there would be. But people say they feel a lot of energy in the circles when I've watched these sort of things. A fella, a man, you know. Someone said the other day, "Oh, I didn't know you were married." I'm like, oh, I'm not. But has anyone ever been to them? Yeah. That's really funny. Some of your comments are really funny. You're so funny, you lot, sometimes. You do make me day, you know. I come on here to talk because I don't watch TV, so, you know, I don't want to be sat there watching Big Brother. God. Sorry if some of you do, but I just don't watch telly. Magnetised, yes. All the energies and all the, you know, all that sort of stuff. Well, yeah. Well, you can have a hand fasting or something, can't you? Whatever, I don't know. Do your own thing these days. Yeah, television, that's what I like to say. Television's full of lies. That's how they use the wording. But does anyone believe them? Yeah, I think they're aliens as well. Well, they always go on about the Queen and that, don't they, being reptilians, but you know, I think Diana found something out there, didn't she? But do you all believe aliens are bad, or do you believe there's both? Because I believe there's both, even if they're not really that interested in us. It's more about, you know, they wouldn't want their dimension to fall either. Hear about Bill Cosby? Yeah, someone's just told me about that. I'm like, there's another one then. It might be the start of the fall of some of the celebrities, and so it should be. You know, that's where the other day I was saying people will get upset about it. You know, people we look up to. Exactly, White Wolf 28. That's what I think. There's both. I don't think they're all evil because, you know, there's people on this planet. Some are evil, some are not. That you always have yin and yang. Both, I think, good aliens are linked to Q. Yes, so do I. I know that sounds batty, but I do. Help with the Pleiadian guidance. All aliens are bad. Earth is a prison planet. Yeah, I knew you'd say that because I've watched your videos. I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong, you know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? But like I said, maybe some would help. Not because of that really that bothered about us, because it affects their dimension that they're in. Like I said, if one's taken out, the structure falls down. It's a bit like the pyramid, isn't it? You know, the elite. You take that side off, it's not going to stand up on its own. So whether or not, a lot of them don't know we're here either, but it will affect them whether they like it or not. If these Dracos or reptilians are trying to take it out, do you know what I mean? So if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, vampires, the cannibal quit. Oh, exactly. Well, you can tell, you know, Theresa May must be one. I mean, everyone's seen the dancing video, haven't they? Come on, we're having a laugh. Everyone's seen it, haven't they? You know, she can't dance. She's like a bloody dried up reptilian. Yeah, what do people think? Do you think they'd look at us the same way? Yeah, they'd probably think we're really weird looking because we think they're weird looking. The pictures that people say what they look like, and I'm sure they think we're probably quite odd, really. Probably think we're quite stupid as well, you know, because they're more advanced. Or I think we're more advanced than I think we should be more advanced than we know we are. I think that's another hidden thing that you know, that's been taken away. Like a dancing camel, just like a dancing lizard. She just didn't have any. You know when they say dad dancing, she was just so stiff. But like I said, reptilian to me sounds like, you know, blue blood, cold-blooded. They don't have any warmth. They can't have fun. They don't know what to do. If you're warm-blooded, you know, you're loving, you're compassionate, you're fun. These things aren't. These people with reptilian entities or whatever you want to say. That's what she's like. She even looks like one when you look at her. And Prince what's his face? Prince Philip. He's another one. He looks like a scrawny long thing lizard, doesn't he? We all know about the royals. Oh God, she's such an amazing dancer. She just needs a gold medal. Oh God, yeah. They forgot to install May's dance protocols at the factory. Exactly. Humans, the most advanced species in the galaxy. I think we're more advanced than we know we are. They took, like I said in my other post, they took that spiritual they've not took it off everyone because people know and they're getting it back, but they have took that spiritual, hidden truth away from us to ascend and stuff, and be our higher self sort of thing. Yeah, or a good joke, but I do actually believe that we're not as. I don't think we're as. Maybe in technology wise, but then again, we have actually got it because we have received it, whether that be off alien technology, with the Hitler thing years ago when he was down at Antarctica and all that sort of stuff. And then, if anyone's seen the pictures of what look like UFO saucers with like the cannon on the front, like a tank, but like a saucer. Oh yeah, and the Tesla just gets me every time. Tesla, yeah, the bell. Thank you. I can't remember what it's called. The bell exactly. Tesla. I just love the Tesla story. One, because Trump's uncle was involved. I mean, check that one out. People going about time traveling, a bit like the Doctor. The video I was listening today was saying about time traveling, people coming back to help save stuff and this, that. I know it sounds whack to people, but I like to believe in stuff like that. My mum's texting me. Oh my God. Yeah, railroad by the cabal, so we don't have the energy. Well, I think we have the energy, but the elites have had it for a very long time, and we're going to get it back. I do believe it's been hidden from us. They've been using it. You can make really good inventions, but if it falls into the wrong hands, they're going to use it for evil, and that's what I think they've been using it for. There was also to do with because that's what mean British Space Agency 1.16 million a day exactly in America, all the billions and that. Do you know what I mean? Elon Musk is AI. I tell you, who looks like AI? What's his face? Zuckerberg. He looks like he is a clone AI, something or other he is. He's not. Has anyone ever seen? He's so boring. And did anyone see the jacket when he took it off and it had the Illuminati inside of his jacket and he was sweating in that interview and they said, oh, why don't you take your hoodie off? And he took it off and it was like Illuminati symbol inside of his coat. They put the symbiology in quite a lot of places. Yeah, silly money. When they could be feeding the world with that and helping people, but they don't do it because they're greedy bastards. Zucker is a robot. Yeah, he just looks like a reptilian as well. Have you seen his sharp teeth? Oh, he's just not off this planet, is he? Yeah, they don't sweat. He probably wasn't sweating. Yeah. Yeah, dolphins, sonar brain size. Love dolphins. Thank you. Well, on the Q map, it also says, I don't know if anyone's heard this story, but with the Hitler thing and in the Antarctica, he was quite obsessed with, don't know if anyone's heard this. So you've got John G. Trump, which was Donald Trump's uncle, that the FBI raided Tesla, got the notes of Tesla's, designs and everything, with his currents and all the stuff that he was developing, the what was it called? I can't think what it's called. So they got that. They wanted Trump's uncle to look at it, see if there's anything there they could use, and he gave it back and was like, oh, I don't know, give him back. But we believe that some of those notes were taken. So just let's think about that one. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Trump, Q Trump, saving the world. Bit odd that, isn't it? But Trump, Nikola Tesla, I think there was a woman called Maria Orsic or something, and she was in Yugoslavia. She disappeared in 1945, and I think she was, if it's right, I think she was a medium or something, and she was part of the Vril Society. Vril. Now that makes me laugh because one of the aliens I heard his name was in the book of yeah, Julian Assange, in the book of Behold the Pale Horse, an alien that got left behind, and it's meant to be the story of E.T., the film, was called Krill. And this is the society of the Vril Society, Order of the Black Sun. Something to do with World War II, because I think Hitler liked this woman who had really long hair and they had like horse manes, and said they had the hair long because, yeah, they had their hair long because she believed her hair was something to do with it's like an antennae and she could get in contact with, ETs. And then it's funny that, you know, they're down Antarctica and they've got all this alien technology and this, that, the other. So, yeah. Behold the Pale Horse is a book by William Cooper or Bill Cooper. You can download it free. It's a really in-depth, really long read. Or it's easier to just go on YouTube and put that in and you'll get the audio that you can sit and listen to. It is a bit easier. But it goes on about the silent war that we're in, that we've been in for a long time. This book was written about 30 years ago, by the way. The military Q clearance is, because, you know, military, because the Q is military Q clearance, 30 years ago. It talks about the Kennedys, it talks about the Greys or aliens, it talks about Krill, the one that got left behind, who was supposed to be, the film E.T. was supposed to be off that. He got left here. The alien ships, because we're talking about the Q drop and Are We Alone, Roswell, is the ships that quite a few spaceships went down, saucers went down, you know, Roswell, and so many years later, Mexico, somewhere else. I've heard two stories. I've heard some were dead. There were 16, some were dead. One was still alive. That's the one that the E.T. story, the film's based off. But he was dying, so they sent a message out for their, you know, alien race to come back and help him, and maybe they'd help us with stuff. But they don't really know what they were. Maybe they got in contact with the wrong people. Aliens, I should say. But that was how they made E.T. the film. But also inside that's one of the spacecrafts, they said they found mutilated human bodies. Now I've heard another story said, well, it wasn't mutilated human bodies, it was animals, because we all know about the cows and that in America where they were mutilating cows, but there was no blood and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. Everybody should read 1984 if they haven't already. It's a clutch bit more relevant by the day. Yeah, I'll have to look at that as well. Hence that's why everyone, yes, hence that's why I can't see it. Hence, that's why cutting their hair, long hair, closer to Earth. That's what I think as well, because you know what makes me think of that? You know, when you start thinking out of the box, is you see a lot of, you know, like Native American Indians, they always had long hair, they were very spiritual. Women in other countries always have long hair, or they cover their hair up because it's meant to be like, you know, spiritual or whatever. So you think of that and you think, yeah, it makes sense actually, tendrils, like antennae. Then I think of, guess what film I'm going to think of where they connect with tails or their hair? Yeah, they're my antennae. Look. I'm trying to grow my hair. I'll grow it long. Avatar, thank you. One of my favourite films, Avatar. I think of that now and I think, And then I think, makes me think of Saturn and all that's going on about Saturn, and maybe it was the moon that was really meant to be our moon, and we did have darker skies but different light that would show other things instead of maybe that thing that's up in the sky. Is it a moon? Is it a moon base? Is it real? Is it projection? I'm not saying all this is true, I'm just saying there's all this stuff out there, and this is why it's all exciting, because nobody really knows anything, do we? What we've been told, because history is a lie. In World War II they used the Native Americans with their psychic powers until they cut their hair, and yeah, it makes you wonder why now all the styles came out, you know, cut your hair short and have it like this and have it like that. Exactly, I've said they always tell us everything in films, but everyone thinks it's not real. So when you just poo-hoo it, it's their way of saying that's all right, they can do what they want because we don't believe it's true. That's another thing that they say, which you do. You look at films and think, oh yeah, that film's just like blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, that film. And that makes me also think of Avatar as in, they're there destroying their home, you know, Avatar, the tree, I can't even remember what it was called. Yeah, Prometheus, you know, where they're attacking them and killing them. Why do we always have to attack everything and ruin it? Because, you know, that's what, you know, these warlords like to do. And those evil ones as well. We always have to attack everywhere. We can't be friends with anyone, can we? But also the story of how they become an avatar. Yeah, the Tree of Life is there, yeah. They become the avatar to get in there and sneak about, you know, and pretend there's something else when they're not. And the Tree of Life is there, Aowa, whatever it was called. Sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. And when they're buried at the end, that's like everyone going back into the ground. I love that bit, back into the earth with all the spirits, because, you know, we go back to what we are, energy. Simple. And that's why I love that film. I just love Avatar. And I love the bit where they're all walking around and it's dark, and when it's nighttime, when they hit the plants and they all light up, which reminds me of the book Celestine prophecies, if I've said it right, where if you look in a different light, you can see auras around, you know, that energy force around animals, plants, and everything. You can actually see your energy around you. I can see it. It's like when you look, you can see like, you know, when your eyes go funny and it's a bit fuzzy, you can see that line around you. You can see it around everything. It's when you sort of do that thing with your eyes where it's a bit out of focus. You remember when you used to get them pictures as a kid and you used to say, oh, look at it just slightly where it makes your eyes go a bit fuzzy and you see a picture in it. It's a bit like that, but they normally say it in a certain light, like in the morning and at night, you know, sunrise and sunfall sort of thing. Avatar is a rip-off of Pocahontas. There's a lot of, you know, they change everything around and everywhere, and our sort of story, you know, Prometheus and stuff like that. There's a lot of all the films out there. Who's seen Altered Carbon? I haven't seen all of it, but I was like, because I've even heard that that's what some of them are doing as well, wanting to keep your DNA in your soul or something and putting it into other bodies, or are they collecting stuff to make other bodies to keep it? There's loads of stuff, and that's why it's so interesting, even if you believe it or not, and you just want to research for fun. You know, it's all interesting. Full moon, double halo. Do you know what? I looked at the moon the other day. I looked at it last night, and I was like, "What's that?" It was. Did anyone see it last night? It was clear. It was bright. It was there, looking like a torch in the dark. That's how bright it was. The sky this morning, did anyone see it in England? That was brilliant. Where I live, it was pink early in the morning. It was beautiful, you know, when all the clouds are all fluffy, and it was just pink and orange, and it was beautiful, and I took a picture of it, and I stuck it on Twitter, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, the moon last night, I just kept staring at it. I was like, oh my God, it looks like a flashlight. You know, some people say it's a hologram, whatever. It looked like a flashlight. The sun is hot, and the moon is gold. Red sky in the morning. Well, it just perked me up because I thought, oof, good things are coming. Skyfall. Full Metal Jacket is about JFK Jr. Well, they were saying about the James Bond, you know, Skyfall, whatever it's called, Julian Assange. One of the characters is supposed to be Julian Assange, who he goes to assassinate. And going back to Julian Assange, no more chemtrails, intense colours. Yeah, are you from America? Because yours were really bad. Julian Assange, if anyone has seen that picture, I could show you, but I ain't got the picture because it's on my phone and I haven't got my tablet. The picture of Julian Assange and Donald Trump's uncle is, talk about doppelganger. Talk about time traveller. Oh my God. Eyes wide shut. Yep. Has anyone seen the rally yet? You know, I'll have to throw this in there. Has anyone seen the rally yet of them two? Someone trying to tell me on here 3 times that it's not them, and someone said it's not them. Of course it's them. Are you blind? Get a picture of him. Match the chin up the face, the space between the eyes. The eyebrows are exactly the same. The eyes are the same and everything. The nose is different because obviously he's put prosthetic on his nose. People don't seem to get this. I see girls on YouTube putting makeup on, these Oriental girls, and they've been putting like, they put a pencil through the nose there. They're not putting it through the nose. They've got a prosthetic, I can't say, prosthetic on here to make them have more of a bridge here. You know, they put it on, you know, and they take all the eyelashes off and all these contact lenses they have in. So that's what people do. He's put something on the end of here because his nose looks longer, but you can see it's him. It's more clearer than the rally before. It's like, oh my God. He's got the gold Rolex watch on, and she's got Jackie Onassis's ring, ruby ring on her finger. Hello. Like I said, people can't tell me it's not them trying to get me to come off here. And, oh, some people. Angel showed that video on his channel. Oh, I'm glad he did. What, has he done the Las Vegas rally? Because I was looking out. Time traveller maybe, that's where JFK... Well, it's all just getting exciting. I'm just, you know, it's just brilliant. Did you see the Jenny Hatch made for... Yes, I did see. I told everyone that the other day. If you watch Jenny Hatch, she's got some great videos on there. She does the fade in and fade out of JFK Jr.'s face, you know, a bit younger, obviously, and the one at the rally from last year, put it together, slots like a glove. It just fits into place. So, for those of you who keep saying it's not, maybe you should go and have a proper research, like I keep saying. No one's going to tell me it's not, because in my heart I believe it is. Until it came out, it definitely wasn't, or nothing ends up coming out in the end, then I'll come on and swallow my pride. But at the minute, it's not how I feel. So none of you are going to change my mind. Sorry, people. I don't mean you lot. I mean trolls and people who comment after. You know, the ones who have no subscribers and nothing because, you know, they're just trolls. Yeah, I saw that one with everyone who was saying was it Louis or someone? I saw that one, the one that went on for a little bit too long. And I was a bit like, the best one I've seen is the one Kellyanne Hub News did, the guy with the bald head. Did he find that one? The guy with the bald head who's supposed to be the security guard. And Big Mike turns around, Michelle Obama, and goes, "It's you," because they reckon that they had FLOTUS had give them a Tiffany blue box, Tiffany blue, and inside they reckon it was a picture frame, and they reckon JFK Jr.'s picture was in it, and then she turns around and she just goes, "It's you," another disguise. That one was brilliant. Yeah, that one was hilarious. Did you see her face? She just went, "It's you," and he kissed her. Yeah, Big Mike, you know, Big Mike. Has anyone seen the picture that's floating around with her holding a sign that someone's written on it? Kavanaugh touched my penis. It was so funny. You know, someone's done a meme. Oh, God, it was hilarious. Oh, I don't mind bold. Yes, the Tiffany box. And then the rally, you know, there's often Tiffany blue in there. Hers was a bit bright at the last one. Oh, it was so funny when I saw it. My dad sent it me. I couldn't stop laughing. Me and my dad were just like, "Oh, have you seen this?" My wife, yeah. Oh, but has anyone seen the videos where Obama actually says, "Oh, my wife, Michael, Michelle"? He says Michael. He said it loads of times. He goes, "My wife, Michael, Michelle." I'm like, oh my God. And even David Icke has called out Michelle, and that's why Joan Rivers, I think, yeah, you know, she called her out, didn't she? Said everybody in Hollywood knows. Her research brilliant. I mean, obviously she goes right into depth with everything, or everything that adds up, you know, the numbers and all that, numerology and everything that some people don't think to seem is real, but it is. Oh, he's outsmarted the cabal. That's what I mean. We've got POTUS trolling in outside to everybody, to MSM, and then you've got JFK Jr.'s been doing it from the inside, but he's coming out and doing it as well. So you've got both of them trolling the mainstream media, and now at the same time when he's at the rallies, it's absolutely hilarious. And when you watch him at the rally at Las Vegas, when POTUS turns around to him, did you see his face when he goes, his tash nearly falls off? It's so funny. But going back to aliens, what does everyone think about Roswell? I believe it's all true anyway, but you know, because someone made a comment before saying they knew somebody who was there at the time. Because the woman also says in the video I was watching about when the spaceships crashed, the material was supposed to be black, shiny like a rainbow, you know, really shiny, but you can't scratch it, you can't cut it, you can't destroy it. You could fold it up and it popped back. Aliens. And a guy I was listening to the other day, funny enough, was talking about some material that a girl brought in when he worked at a school. That's dad was in the military, and she said, "Oh, look at this, you know, like, look what I've got." And he was like, "What?" And he went, "Just, you know, scrumple it up and see if you can scrumple it up." And then he let go of it and it just came out like that, you know, like them stress balls that come out. And he said he couldn't bend it. It just go back perfectly with no marks in it, no creases in it. She said try and cut it, it wouldn't cut. She said try and put a nail in it, you couldn't get a nail in it. All this sort of stuff. It's just amazing. It's well better than school history and all that stuff. Like I said before, it's boring. They exchange humans for technology. Yes, I bet they probably do, because you know, some of us, those want technology, and they want to sort of use us for whatever they're using us for. Someone said for dying races, because some have got dying races and they're trying to use us, you know, cloning or whatever. And we know cloning goes on people, you know, that's not a conspiracy, you know, the sheep thing and all that. So, you know they're doing stuff. Greetings. You should have said greetings, young Skywalker. And that's another thing, Star Wars. I mean, the more I think back at that, yeah, they have no souls, exactly. The more I think about Star Wars, Space Force, the Death Star and all that, it's a bit like, it's getting a bit real. It's getting a bit trippy, people, you know. And has anyone seen the stories on the sun observatories and all the people that are doing the videos out there and the little, has anyone actually seen the little, what people are calling ships and stuff? Has anyone seen that? What do you think? Anyone got any thoughts on that? I've been seeing a lot. I think they're very interesting. You know, the sun and plasma and, you know, all that sort of stuff. What do people think on that? I'm from Planet Dolly. Where do I stand on Pizzagate? I believe all of that stuff. It's disgusting. Well, I believe Bill Crosby's been arrested. So, yeah, that'll drop when all this other stuff drops. I think it's solar flares. They are killing the sun. Yeah, I've heard. You know, I'll believe anything because we don't know the truth because we're not up there. So I'll believe anything until it all actually comes out properly. May the force be with you. Exactly, the force. The observatory was closed. I know exactly, and it wasn't just one observatory. There was a few around the world as well, I believe. Thank you. You know, they were saying it was because someone was sending, what was it? Kiddie porn or something. They're not going to send Black Hawk helicopters in, are they? Just for one person doing that and getting rid of all the people that lived there and everything and all this, that and the other just for that? I don't think so. Come on. The Scots have invented teleportation. They probably have. We know about all their shaky masonry thing that goes on up there as well and stuff to do with, yeah, elites and stuff. The sun is being used for some purpose of the alien ships flying around there. There's just loads of mad stuff. Trust the plan. I do trust the plan. Yeah, I've checked out CERN. There's all that going on, HARP and CERN. That's what I mean. There's so much stuff, you know, like, it's just an interesting thing to be on because it's not just one thing being regurgitated all the time like some stuff at the minute. It's just the same old, same old, same old. We all know about that, but it's just, there's just so much stuff going on in front and behind the scenes right now. You can never get bored of it. Yeah, I am a northern lass. I am, yeah. Well, I try to be, yeah. I just put the truth out there of what I'm seeing at the minute. Bill Cosby's in jail now. Whoop, whoop. Wow, people must really like this show now. I know. Well, he shouldn't have been doing what he's doing, and there's a lot more of them celebrities doing it, aren't there? Because they're all from that, you know, God. The orbs we see are, I can't see. The orbs we see. Yeah, it could be. I've seen some orbs. Where is Waxman? I think he's busy tonight, Dad. I think he's I think he's got my other brothers and sisters' friends round. I think I'm not sure. Busy tonight. He would be on, but he's busy. Yeah, he always looked a bit. Well, it's always the ones I think, oh no, he's there. Watch the opening of the ceremony at Gotthard Tunnel. Oh yeah, watch the opening ceremony. Is it Gotthard Tunnel? What the fuck is a railway tunnel in Switzerland? Hi everyone. Yeah, because it's, if you watch that, it's showing you the Antichrist thing with people and then how they dumb us down. That whole thing is just disgusting. When you watch it, you're like, oh, and people think that's good. It's not good. I saw an orb, I can't remember what, it was pretty high up. Yeah, that's what it said. It says this, the janitor of one of the Sun labs was using the server for children's sex videos. But why would Black Hawk helicopters come in, and why would they get rid of everybody and say it was a what did they say? There was a leak of lethal gases or something also that was coming out and all that. Yeah, I mean we do know about, you know, they are arresting people for those sort of tapes and all that sort of stuff to do with you know, sex trafficking, paedophilia rings and all that, but closing a lot of them around the globe, and like for one person, Black Hawk helicopters and everything. It's a bit like, it's bonkers. No. I've heard lots of things. I've heard we've got Saturn with the rings round. It's supposed to be enclosed with something because it's supposed to be our real sun. I've heard that Saturn is supposed to be Satan. Satan. That's what they worship. Because a lot of things like, what's the thing in the USA? You know, the plaque where you've got the world and the reefs going round it represents like that's supposed to be Saturn and the sun rings, and there's a lot of things like that, like Ra and all that. It's supposed to be Saturn, Satan, loads of stuff like that. You know, you've got a planet Anubru or whatever you call it. There's all these different things, and planet is the black sun. That's what they worship. Yeah. So there's Lord of the Rings. I've seen all that. Yeah, Saturn, Lord of the Rings, because it's supposed to be the Lord, Satan, and then you've got the rings round it, Lord of the Rings. So when you watch the film Lord of the Rings, what do you see? The all-seeing eye, and the all-seeing eye has got like a cat eye, like reptilian. The all-seeing eye. What's it called? The big red one that sits in a thing like this. Sits in. I'll show you the shape. Sits in a sort of, it sort of sits in a thing like this, around the eye, the all-seeing eye. And then your thing in America, sorry, I can't remember what it's called. You've got like, this is just what I've seen people saying. You've got the world thing there, and then you've got the reefs going up. That's that thing again that is depicted in like Egypt, like the sort of half crescent moon underneath. It's supposed to represent the crescent under there, and the circle is supposed to be like Saturn, the ring around Saturn, Satan, stuff like that. When you start looking into different things, I've heard about references to portholes in the sun. So much stuff, and it's mind-blowing because you hear one thing, you hear another, and you're like, it's very confusing. Even when you get on that sort of level, you're like, which one is it? On the Star Trek symbol, exactly. And I'll tell you what's funny about Star Trek. We go on about advanced technology and all this. Think about it. The old Star Wars, I used to watch this with my dad ages ago. What did they have? Beam me up, Scotty. Flip up. Do you remember? Oh, beam me up, Scott, with the little flip-up things. Now, what did we have long after that? We had the old flip-up phones, didn't we? Did they already know about that? When phones first came out, we had the little flippy flip ones, where the bit used to flip up at the top. Think about it. It was a bit like Star Trek when they had the beam me up, Scotty. But remember, go and find beam me up, Scotty now. He never said beam me up, Scotty, did he? Did he? He did it when I was younger. He might not to any of you that are on here that are younger, because I'm 41. But when I was younger, it did say "Beam me up, Scotty" in the Star Trek that I used to watch. Now it doesn't, because the Mandela effect has got it. So I've heard about pre-flood silicone trees like Devil's Tower. All table. I've heard about that. I was telling my dad about that the other day. Tabletop mountains. I've heard about petrified giants. I watch all that sort of stuff. I think it's amazing. The tabletop, it looks like a tree that's been took off because they reckon they reached in the sky. And there's all this interesting stuff, and that's what I mean. If they taught this at school, I'd have been like, instead of being like, oh my god, this is so boring, history lesson. I look at all that sort of stuff. I watch Jay Dreamers. Don't know if anyone's heard of Jay Dreamers. He does petrified. He does the Elohim. He talks about all that sort of stuff. There's lots of stuff I watch. I watch a guy called Huff Paranormal, who talks through a spirit box with copper on it and all that sort of stuff. Spirits coming through electrical waves, you know, radio waves, because we all work off sound and all that sort of stuff. Thank you, everyone says that. You know, and you can't say what's true or not because none of us really know. History's a lie. Everything you know is what's meant to be real is a pack of lies, people. We live in a matrix. We live in a matrix. But yeah, so it does get rather a lot more interested in the stuff we've been told at school. No, I haven't watched that sort of stuff for ages. I used to watch Star Trek. Yeah, they lie. Yeah, by the bankers. Star Trek, Stargate. Now think of Stargate. They always had to go through water, didn't they? They said that the other day. We got waters above and waters below, firmament and all that. Yeah. You know, light carries through water, frequencies, stuff like that. The Matrix is a good film. You've got Stargate. I used to watch. What else was there? Quantum Leap. Does anyone remember that? I used to love Quantum Leap. Ooh, Quantum Leap. Did anyone watch Quantum Leap? Right, I just need to get some water. Oh, Quantum Leap, yeah. Used to be. Yeah, I used to watch. Come here with me. I used to watch Battlestar Galactica. I loved all that stuff. I used to watch. Maybe that's why it resonates. I used to watch Buck Rogers, Beady 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 Buck Rogers. I love stuff like Transformers, all that sort of stuff. Thor, all that sort of stuff. No, I don't, Bing Bong. Oh my God. See what I mean? You start talking about, I know you can't fix stupid. Start talking about stuff like this and you just get silly people in. It's either someone you know, someone being daft, or an ex or something like that. It's just pathetic. But yeah. So, just looking at your comments. You always get them in, especially when you're talking about stuff like that. It's just funny. I don't know, sad people. You always get them in. You always get them in. Like, I would just call them the lovely ones. We'll just ignore them. Got nothing else better to do. Been on here before. It's probably someone I know. Won't be surprised. David Icke. Talk about David Icke. I love David Icke. He's actually on the Q map, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's good because he does a lot of stuff and he's still doing it. I don't know if he's the opposite to Alex because Alex has woke a lot of people up, but he's been called out, so I don't know. And we know about the oppositions or white hat, black hat, white hat, black hat. I don't know what's going on there. But David Icke, yeah, Lost in Space was cheesy but good. David Icke's still doing his stuff. A lot of stuff. I love his stuff. I just watch it and think, oh my God. You know, no, I'm not actually a cult leader that drinks adrenochrome. Bing bong. Sound like bing bong boo, bing bong boo, Peppa Pig. Yeah, he goes on about all, you know, where energy and this, that, and the other, and the reptilian, but he's just really good. Got a really lot of good stuff out there. The only thing that he doesn't like, he's not into Trump, but he's never said anything about Q, so he doesn't know about all that. I think he's got a bit lost in the elite thing, you know, where politicians used to be the same side of the coin, so everyone, you know, is like, oh, well, Trump's probably the same, but he's not, because he's not a politician, really, is he? He's a businessman, so it's different. So I think some people who have been on it for ages still think that way, because that's the way, really, that it always used to be, but it isn't, because there's a change coming, and it's totally different, and we're actually winning. So, you know, I don't know, you know, that sort of stuff. So, I don't know what anyone else thinks of David Icke. What do you all think of David Icke? I find it very interesting seeing what you're all saying. Are you off Simon's channel? It's probably a woman, actually. Yeah, lots of it. Yeah, I think David Icke's very interesting. I know he puts some people off with certain stuff he says, but all the other stuff, you know, is just brilliant. No, I can't do it on my phone. I know someone else has said that because you get them all in and they're just. I think as well when you're on. Hi. Oh, is he gone? When you're on Target sometimes, or you're talking about things like this, you always get trolls in because they either don't understand, don't want to join in the fun, or I've got nothing else better to do. It's quite sad, really. It probably is. We've been brainwashed not to believe something. That sounds fantastic. Exactly, because we've always been told, you know, the complete opposite of everything, really. You know, even these people, sorry to say, like Einstein and stuff like that. I think they got swayed to give us wrong information about stuff because people always go. If you start talking about space and that, you always get the know-it-alls. Oh, well, it's this, that, and the other because such and such body said. Really, when we've been told for time things are that they're not the truth. They're putting stuff out there. Even about the globe, it's like I said, I don't know either way, but I'd just like to know the truth. That's one thing that they've always said. So is it? Because that's what they've always said. They've always said something for time. Is it actually true? Because normally it's the other way around. So, you know. David Icke was former Coventry City goalkeeper. Where was he? Establishment tried to shut him down for years. Exactly. So I believe him more than Alex Jones, even though Alex Jones has woke a lot of people up, but some people do that to take you off onto something else, so not too sure about him. He was called out by Q, but I don't know, because some people, you think of a black hat, then they turn out to be a white hat, vice versa, so, you know, we just don't know. David Icke does a lot of research. He does, I love watching David Icke. He's very calm. Yeah, sold out. He's very, yeah, I think Alex Jones did. He's very calm. When he's talking, he's not shouting and screaming and jumping over people like the other one does. He's very calm. All his stuff is just mega interesting and it makes sense when he's talking about energies and all that sort of stuff. He's just really, really, really good. Really good guy. And what he said in the past now, we can all see it. It's like, oh my God, he talked about that years ago and it's actually, you know. So I don't think he's an eccentric. I think he's actually telling the truth. And I think the reason why he's been okay for a long time is because he discredits himself a little bit when he talks about certain things like reptilians, so people don't believe him. So they just think, we'll leave him alone because no one really believes him. They just think he's a nutcase. You know, like most people that think conspiracy theories are nutcases. You know, like most people who are into Q, like most of us on here, think that we're nutcases because we think different and research on stuff and find things out. Do you look up? Yeah, Bill Hicks. That was him, wasn't it? What? Or did he say something about him? Yeah. I'd actually love to go to one of his shows, really. He's really good. You wear a titanium hat. It is. It is. Thank you. This world is crazy. This world is crazy, so much deception. Agreed. That is the whole thing. It doesn't matter what you believe in or what you don't believe in. You believe in Q, you don't believe in aliens, you believe in this, that, blah, blah, the Satan thing, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, we've been deceived about everything. Everything. David Icke has been trying to warn us all. Yeah, one day, like many things, people will look back and say, oh, yes, David Icke warned us. Yeah, but we don't listen because we think, that's not true. It's a conspiracy theory. He's a conspiracy theorist, and that's not true. But let's face it, the word conspiracy theorist was made by the CIA, you know, when they cover stuff up. So when Q says conspiracy no more, we know most conspiracies are true. There might be some bits of, you know, swaddle in there, but we basically know most of them are truth. And they call us conspiracy theories because then people think, oh, it's only a conspiracy theory. They're all nutcases. So, you know, it doesn't matter what they're saying. It's not real anyway. Q has been proven many times and people will still don't believe. I know, it just amazes me what they don't understand. And also, what else was I going to say about conspiracies? Yeah, it was used to discredit people. Exactly. Who has heard the story of Max Spires? I think it's Spires, the guy who was into what people would say conspiracy, super soldier. And he died, was it 2016, 15? Black goo came out of him and he talked about Mars and different things and all this weird stuff that a lot of other people talk about. And his girlfriend, yeah, he was brilliant. She's got a YouTube channel. She's lovely, very spiritual. Talked about all the stuff. People think it's crazy, but when you listen, you're like, do you know what? It actually makes sense, and who knows, because we're lied to. We're lied to. Absolutely lied to. Like I said, behold, please go and listen to, Black Goo, please listen to on YouTube because it's easier. Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. Dark to Light, exactly. Did everyone enjoy my poem? Because In the Matrix liked it on Twitter, so I was very chuffed with my poem to Q. Was he? Yeah. Do you know, that's what I mean. If you heard all these stories at school, you'd just be wanting to go to school, wouldn't you? If you were actually, like, learning proper things at school, because we all know, they don't learn as the proper things we should know. You'd just want to go to school, wouldn't you? Because I wasn't really bothered at school because it's a bit like one of them things, like, it's boring. Some of it, not all of it. I loved art at school, but it was just like history lessons were boring. Oh, thank you. Conspiracy realists we are, exactly, and it's more fun anyway. The drudgery old world that they're always pumping out all this doom and gloom stuff, awful stuff all the time because that's what they want us, visualizing and keeping you down all the time. Anyway, what does that say? Anyway, this old fart needs to get some sleep. Have fun. Thank you. Bye. Back to the aliens. Yes, what do you want to talk about, aliens? Oh, I was drawing a picture before, actually, but I haven't finished it off. Yes, we were talking about aliens at the beginning. Well, do we all think it's going to come out? I mean, it must be doing because he's dropped it, but how do you think, I mean, obviously, I don't mean the important stuff's going to come out because that's important as well. Bye. But, the Hillary and all that bit's going to drop, and then I think this will gradually just come out because I believe, like in the William Hicks, not Hicks, Cooper book, and a lot of these videos say they wanted the truth to come out, but they've always done something, assassinate someone, not for the truth coming out. But it's like humanity, in all of this, they've always said humanity needs to know the truth. Whether they like it or not, they need to know the truth to move on, to evolve, to ascend, whatever the things we're supposed to do, but to move on. And it will unite humanity. Because we'll see we've been lied to, and it will make us, to want to look to things and not believe the government all the time, this, that, the other, because we'll have to unite because of all the deceit we've had. But it will unite everybody, everywhere, if we all know the truth about us all. Because in every religion, there's snippets of that sort of stuff, the same sort of stuff repeated. And then I've said before, all that stuff's hidden as well. Hick Williams. Alien technology. Yeah, it's coming. Trump's already said it. Well, he said, it was weeks back, when he said about, we'll have this and in about 5 years we'll probably have new cures for cancer and technology. And I'm thinking, yeah, because we've already got the technology, but they've got to make out, they've just come in and all that sort of stuff. Aliens are demons of deception. Yeah, I don't think all aliens are. I think there's different ones, like there's, we're different, there's good and bad. They might not be that bothered about us, but I do believe, like I said before, it'd affect them if things happen on this planet. It still affects their realm, their dimensions they live in. Yeah, interdimensional. So it affects them. If atomic bombs went off, because when they did go off years back, that's when one of the alien ships apparently landed or crashed, whatever, and they were coming to say, you can't use these because it affects us as well, and other, like I said, if it rips one apart, it's like a domino effect. Everything will fall down. So that's where I mean, like, we are all one. Even if we all look different, a bit like on our planet, we are all one. We're all fighting against religion, and you know, race wars and stuff. It's stupid. It's the same thing, really. Yeah, I think they're interdimensional. I think maybe spiritual beings, when we go, that's the next dimension, so we look different, so it's a ghost, and then maybe the one up to that. I don't know. It's just all, yeah, but I'd quite easily believe in everything, because who knows at the end of the day? People who say no to everything, no, I don't believe in this, no, I don't believe in that, it's like, oh my God, have a bit of fun, lighten up, you know. You don't actually know what you think you know, because none of us know anything, because we've been told lies. So it's silly to think that, you know, some people who just don't believe in anything. Yeah, I've talked about 5D before, ascension, yeah, yeah, so, yeah, duality, yeah. It's just interesting, isn't it? Don't you think it's interesting? Well, it was a painting, but I've not put detail on it, so it probably looks a bit naff at the minute. Let's get past my dream catcher I was making. It's just the outline, so it probably looks a bit daft. I'll have to show you when I've finished it off. Where is it? Obviously, when I've put the detail in, it'll look different. Thank you. Thank you. But I don't know. I think when everyone saw that drop, it was just amazing, and everyone went batshit crazy, didn't they, really? Especially all the people who love doing all the alien stuff. Yeah, well, I think it was this year, and I've seen some before. It's terrifying. I looked out one night, and I just thought, I'm just looking out, and it was quite a clear night, because it's not normally here. And it was it Orion? I could see Orion, and they apparently say the things from Orion or Orion is bad. And then I saw something moving, because I have a lot of planes where I live anyway, and I thought, it's not a plane. It had no flashing lights. It was really high up, no flashing lights, and it was doing this. It was zigzagging. It wasn't, you know, like this or going like that. It was zigzagging, and it was an orb, and I was like, what's that? So obviously it was a UFO, because it was unidentified. I didn't know what it was. I don't know what it was. So, yeah, pumping out a lot of positive energy out there, because a lot of yeah, I mean the World War Two, you know, World War Two. I mean, they've had technology and took the mick, and there's all this stuff about stuff like that. I mean, I think there's lies and deceits in all sorts of things to do with aliens as well, but I still believe in them. And forgot what I was going to say now. Thor's hammer. On the distilled water, people. I forgot what I was going to say now about those things. Trying to get my thoughts together what I was going to say then about it. I can't remember. Hey, loading. I like the Thor films. No, I make it myself. I've got a distiller. It's a machine, and it's about this big, and it holds this much water. Oh, yeah. Well, the video I was watching today about aliens and why, you know, people say, well, why can't they come here? Why can't they help? One of them was saying that, thanks. One of them was saying that they can't come here, maybe because they can't come to this dimension, but they can do it through telepathic ways, and through electric and different energies and that, and they can, or they're not supposed to be seen here, or maybe they have, well, they have been seen by some, or it's projected or whatever. I don't exactly know, because there's that many stories out there, but that's why they say a lot can come in dreams, or it feels like a dream, this, something. But I don't know, because I don't know properly. You know, there's all sorts of different conflicting stories, but free will, we have free will. They can't help unless we ask. Yes, and I've heard that as well. That's why they say we've got to raise the vibrations of Earth, because I've heard the other story. Yeah, there are aliens helping. I believe that Yeah, I think they will show themselves when they're ready, when we're ready. That's why Q's getting us ready for a lot of things, I believe. And the way I see it as well is the Orion slave, as you've heard that as well, is we've got to raise they want us to do it ourselves. They want us to raise the vibrations of Earth, because apparently the other stories of the reptilians is they also, their food is actually fear as well. That's why the news puts out fear all the time. So when you're hurting, or kids are being abused, or all this stuff that we know with the other stuff with Q, the paedophilia rings and all that satanic stuff, that's all torture and fear and hurt and sorrow and pain. They feed off all that, and that's what's said about ley lines and churches and mosques and all sorts of different things like that built over ley lines. And there's big ones in England and buildings built over. So when things like that are happening, someone's hurting, they feed off that. So if the world was right again and we're pumping out good energy, that will go away. We need to raise the vibrations, because if you think about it, the vibrations have been very low because there's all this nastiness about all the time that's been here. Everyone's worrying about everything. Everyone's depressed, this, that, and the other. Bigfoot is an alien. Yeah, it probably is. Hairy one. It's probably Chewbacca. Maybe that's where they got Chewbacca from, actually. Yeah, Chewbacca looks like a chash, whatever they call it, a Bigfoot. Well, they say there's some things walking among us. We just don't know. I mean, think of like V, or sort of Star Wars, when there's all sort of different races, but they're all, who knows? I've heard lots of these channels where I watch where there isn't, they don't look it, but they are, I can't even explain it, it's just mental. But, I believe there's ones helping, and yeah, that's all I'm saying. I love it. Our potential to do more mentally has been dumbed down. Exactly, that's what I've always said. It's been dumbed down because we're supposed to use our pineal gland, but when certain foods you eat and water with fluoride calcifies your pineal gland, that's like telepathy. That's how we communicated. That's how you can communicate with the spiritual realm and stuff like that, but they've dumbed it down. So get a distiller, people, and start trying to eat a little bit healthy, even though it's a bit hard with all the crap that they put in everything these days. All that stuff they do. Have you ever tuned into alien? Oh my god. You left 2 comments. Yeah, your third eye. Yeah. Lucifer for prison. Exactly. Bigfoot interdimensional. Berkey water filter. I got mine off eBay. It was about, well, in the UK it was about £50. Exactly. We've only explored 2% of our own. Yeah, the oceans. I mean, think about the oceans. I mean, it's quite a big place, isn't it? And there's things down there. I've heard stories about things coming out the sea and all that. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, look at the dolphins, and we've got going about sound and that. What do they all go off? Dolphins and whales, or the, you know, what's it called? All that sort of stuff. Leave my third eye. We are potentially psychic and the ability to have telekinesis and more speak to. Yes, because that's what they're saying. They believed we did before, and also. Yeah, they say supposedly the pineal gland affects the third eye. Demons communicate. Maybe they do, because I think it picks up other dimensions. So you're going to pick up good and bad because you're communicating. Because I've heard that when you do that, we were able to communicate with everybody and everything. So obviously you would pick good and bad up. And I've heard that in a lot of things. Like, I watched something on YouTube called Magic Star Healing. He says that, you can pick up the reptilian waves, you can pick up this frequencies. You're going to pick up other frequencies because our world and all the other dimensions work off different frequencies. So if we use this, which I believe they do as well, you're going to pick up all the other frequencies. So, you're going to have to sort of dodge around them. But I do believe that. I believe that was hidden from us. That's one of the things we used to connect. Like I said about the Vril Society and the woman that Hitler liked, who was a medium, and she believed her long hair was a connection like an antennae, because she could believe we could communicate telepathy as well that way. And a book that I'm reading, the alien book that I did get the other day at the charity shop, called Triskelen or something, about, I've not got through it yet, about an alien, 2 kids who were aliens sort of thing, and they were it was an Aborigine boy that they met in Australia because they had to go from New York to Australia to get away from the government, and he was talking to them telepathy and took them on walkabout. I haven't read the whole book yet, but obviously they're going off to find out who they really are. So it's all out there, but I believe that as well. And that's why sometimes when you're meditating or you just sat there thinking and you get them thoughts in your head, like I wrote something out the other week, if anyone remembers me saying when I was getting something, that's what they say. The greatest threat to deep state is a population that can think for themselves. Exactly, because they're telling us what to think. They're telling us what to think, and they're putting that through the television, with the visions. They want us to believe their visions that they're putting out through the TV that you watch, through the films that we watch, through the papers that you read. And because you don't always read it, do you? You always see the picture on the front and think, oh, what's that? And they put what they want on there, where you all think, oh, this is real, or whatever. The old gods are demons. Well, yeah, there's all that mix up though. Some people think yes, some people think no. They made us, then they don't like us, but I don't know what's the truth really. You know, it's a bit like, ooh, or, but it's all good, you know. That's very true. I've done my fair share of hallucinogenics, but DMT, yeah, DMT is just a step too far. Yeah, I've heard about the DMT and I've watched the videos on it about when they do that, and we all have DMT in our everything has DMT in it, I believe, plants and everything. So we all have that naturally, but we don't know how to use it, and that is where you can. When I've seen videos on it, it's where you can see other, you know, the other dimensions in different colours and things. Like the videos I've seen, it's a bit like when I thought I did the projectile. I always say that. The oh, what do you call it when you sort of half in dreaming and I was going down a tunnel and it was all weird. The oh, what do you call it? I never think what it's called. I think therefore I am. Yep. The what did I say the other day, Dad, about the who were our creators? Aliens. Prometheus. Yeah, lucid dream. Yeah, it was something like that. Astral projection. Yeah, it was astral projection, and I think that's what I did first time this year, and it was like weird. And I do a lot now where I go to sleep, and you know when you shut your eyes and it's dark, but then I see loads of patterns and stuff. I see that quite a lot now. Or like what I believe some spiritual sort of entities are, or like wispy light. And I have come across a great video as well of some Chinese that were in an aeroplane and were taking pictures of sprites when it was thunder and lightning, and when the lightning came, it hit and the sprites came, and it even looked like they were saying the firmament, like it was hitting it. And I don't know if anyone's seen that. It was brilliant. It was like the light sprites, and they're just that's. I'll show you actually. I've actually got some pictures. Right, I've had these cards for years. These oracle cards, because I love fairy things and stuff like that. So they looked a bit like this. Let me see if I can find some of them. Because fairies, when you think of sprites and stuff like that, are just meant to be, you know, energies of different dimensions of energy and stuff. So they looked a bit like this sort of thing. Like this. A bit like what some people say angels are. Yeah, that sort of thing. So it's interesting, people. It's supposed to be elements, you know, different elements, all different energies. We're all sound and light, people. Have you been to Ireland? Yeah, I went to Ireland. I had the flu when I went to Ireland and I had a drink called Pachin or something. It's meant to be really strong. I had 3 of them. It didn't even do anything. Yeah, it was quite funny when I went to Ireland. I got drunk and went in every pub and was like, is this the Diddly Dee pub? Diddly do, diddly do, diddly do. Oh, I did. It was good. My second name's Irish anyway. What else shall we do? What else shall we do but push off from the edges of consciousness into something we have not yet become? Yes. I just think it's great that some people's minds are going to be blown. You know, like I said, this chat's just fun and everything, but I do believe in this stuff. My dad knows. I talk to him about it all the time. Even my dad has actually said to me, I can't believe we're talking about some of this stuff. You know, never in a million years did I think we'd be at this time where we are now, talking about what I'm talking about, the Q stuff and everything, like everything that's going on, you know, like, it just seems surreal. Surreal. The ghost thing, well, I've been on here, if anyone saw me when my picture fell off the wall when I was talking about my nana. I've had noises like pebbles in the house. On the floor, my wooden floor, there's been nothing there and stuff like that, because I do believe they can communicate, but they're in a different dimension, you know. They try to. I believe in all that anyway. Like I said, I've always thought that way, as my dad knows. I was brought up around a lot of nature when I was younger because we were in the army down south and we was in forests a lot, and I used to love trees and stuff and the energies and stuff of that. As my dad knows, we were always around nature, so I've always had that thing and always thought outside the box anyway. And told my dad I used to have weird dreams down south of being in a circle with aliens, but I don't know if it was like ETs. Used to get recurring dreams all the time about that. And a thing that I used to think, this feeling I used to get when I went to bed, this, I can't even explain it, when I was younger. Have I got Windows for, I don't know, not very good at technology, what I've got. Yeah, I've seen all the pre-flood silicone stuff, because they also say our creators, if they were, you know, like a bit like Prometheus, if you look at that film, were supposed to be made of silicone, sort of silica, is it silicone sort of skin? That's why they were shinier. And also I saw something today, when you think of Superman, when he took his kryptonite, not kryptonite, the white shards of, you know, like crystal, and he plops it into the his thing, and his father comes on and tells him all the information. That the people saying that in Antarctica and that they have these crystal like, or like ice things that hold information. So really, there's another one in a film right in front of your face again, where everyone thinks, oh, it's not real, that, when actually it's like, oh, it is. You know, and what's all the energy coming out of Antarctica? It's just amazing, I think. We're just in, I can't even speak, we're just living in amazing times right now, for truth anyway. Think of all the people that knew years ago, grandparents or people before that and before that, have always tried to get this truth out, and they're not here anymore. Well, they might be here in a different dimension, but they wanted to see this day. It's not finished. I haven't got it finished up. It's everyone says it's meant to be Mother Nature, butterflies, Mother Nature. I need to have some flowers and stuff on. It's not finished off yet. That's what it stood for, Mother Nature. But yeah. Well, it'd be amazing to wonder what tech we've got, you know, what's hidden, what tech there could be. I mean, maybe we don't have to use mobile phones. If we had our pineal glands working, we wouldn't need it. But, you know, they have to make things for us that we have to keep paying for. But when the free energy, yeah, when the free energy comes out, hopefully maybe in you know, so, in a few years, whatever, maybe we won't be paying certain bills, and then we'd all be a bit freer to do stuff. Yes, I am going to get my tattoos finished off, as in, it needs shading on that side, but at the minute I find it quite funny because the Q thing at the minute's always been dark to light. She's a bit darker on that side than that side. She needs her hair finished off. It's only on the inside of my arm, so I was just going to get a few bumblebees and stuff. And that was it anyway. Yeah, I'll have to look out for that. Do you know what? I was thinking about a Q tattoo, and I don't mean anything big, just like a little Q put somewhere, just to. When I'm an old woman, I'll be going to my grandkids. Now, you see this Q here? You know the story about Q? Well, your grandmother was involved in it. She was on YouTube talking about Q, and it was the greatest story ever told. Well, they'd know it anyway, because it is going to be the greatest story ever told. And your Nana's got the Q. What's that, Nana, on your arm? It's the Q. You know the story? You've been told at school. Yeah, I think, yeah, just a little tiny one hidden somewhere. Or you could have a white rabbit for going down the hole, or a trumpet, or anything. Yeah, where we go when we go out, exactly. Boom. There's loads. You could have the Kennedy bell. Yeah, Q earrings, yeah, I should do some Q nails. Put some Qs on. I could do, where I've got these little blingy bits on, I could do a big blingy Q. Maybe I'll do that when it all comes out and we have like some big party. Crystals, lay your razor head in a... What are you saying, Dad? Lay your razor head in a north-south position. I've never bought a new razor blade in 20 years. I buy a new razor now and again. The blade... What are you going on about, Dad? Are you taking the mic? Well, it was a Q when... Okay, oh, that's just gone really quick. Yeah, who wants to go on a hiking trip to Silicon Tree Ben, is it, in Ireland? You. I need some with a camper van. Yes, we'll just go and tour around England at all the different things and everywhere else. No. Oh, you haven't told me about that one. Well, crystals and certain things in... Right, you're going to laugh at this one. Watch this. Here's one for you. I've got a plate of crystals where I do my nails and stuff, and every time I go in that room, the energy, it just makes me smile in there because it just feels so nice. And then I've got my big quartz crystal with some copper on it because it's meant to, I don't know, hold the energy or something. But I love, as soon as I go in that room, I always feel like, oh, it feels nice in that room. Zing. But then again, that's the whole thing of, has anyone heard about the cone shape tools they used to use they reckon that's how they did the pyramids with, like a cone shape, one to cut and the other to lift. Just saying, if you haven't heard of that one, that's a new one with a cone shaped, because you're projecting your energy. There's a lot of stuff they go on about, you know, this magic stuff and witchy stuff, and all this is what we actually are and what we should know, but we're not taught it. And that will be another talk that I'm going to talk about, because I will find that quite fun as well. You know, digging deep into all this stuff that we know the elites do and certain stuff, and not the bad stuff, but I mean, there's two sides of the coin, isn't there? There's a dark occult and the light occult, you know. We are the illuminated ones. I know they're called Illuminati. We're all supposed to be illuminated in knowledge, but it's been kept from some of us, so we've been cut off, like I said before. Yeah, maybe they did, but none of us know for definite, do we? So it's all exciting to, you know, if we find out actually what went on. But it's good that people can think, you know, different opinions and different things, because it's good, and it's good to research. I find it fascinating, so much better than watching boring TV. There's so much to research and different people's opinions on that researching, you know. We don't know which one's definitely right unless you've actually been there or whatever, but it's all interesting. So what do you mean, Dad? You don't buy blades? You just... Have you got crystals? I didn't know you had crystals, Dad. I am part Irish and I love it. Over in Emerald. Well, I think everyone's got a bit of Irish. My second name's Irish. I think what's the story, Dad? That we're supposed to have. I'm supposed to have a bit of... Well, we joke with me, with my features, a bit different to my sisters, as in Aborigine in the family or something. We were going on about, weren't we? It's a bit of a joke, but we don't know. But, you know, the movie Dark Crystal, remember that shows a lot of the prophecy. Yeah, there's a lot of films. Knowing what I know now, I need to like re-go and watch them, because then you'd sit there and go, because they put it out in films, don't they, about stuff. Do you believe in dreams, Dolly? What was your strangest or the best? Do you know what? And I do believe in that thing where the calcifying our pineal gland, because I can't remember a lot of dreams now, and you dream a lot when you're a kid, and I think they're trying to stop us from dreaming, because I also think dreaming is what we're supposed to do a lot of, because things come to you in your dreams. And yeah, I do believe in dreams, and I believe messages come in your dream, and you can ascend in your dream and stuff like that, if you know what I mean. Like, dreams mean a lot. You know, people go, oh, I had a dream, and sometimes your dream might be weird, but that's why they say write it down, because it could mean something different. Like, I heard someone saying a little boy was having a dream that about a dinosaur, and he was biting his leg, and he didn't like it, and he was scared, and it made him wee the bed. But when his mum found out he'd actually been at school, was getting bullied off two lads at school, and they were kicking him in the shins. So that's where he was getting the dinosaur biting his leg, but it was, you know, different. But that's what it was. And she went in school and sorted it out, and he didn't have them dreams again, and he didn't wet the bed. So, you know, crystals from the edge of the razor blades under a microscope, northwest alignment keeps it sharp. Ooh, where did you get that from, Dad? You didn't tell me you had crystals out where your razor blade is. Love your art behind. Yeah, this picture is I like it. I've just not finished it off. So my dad paints in acrylics and wax and stuff, hence the wax man. And this is acrylic for me for the first time, and I'm like, but I haven't put the detail in, so it doesn't stand out that much yet. So she's got a feather in her hair. She's supposed to be a bit spiritual. A love heart earring in. Beads in her hair. Obviously, it'll look a lot different when I've finished it off. But I always draw faces like that, and I always end up putting stars on and stuff. I've always done that. It's just what I do. Hence, like, this one on here. Oh, it hasn't got stars on it, actually. Oh, it's got one here. All these, people have seen some of my pictures before. I don't know if there's... This one I did ages ago. Was just, always had the star thing on it. Wish upon a star. So I always do that sort of stuff. I'm very arty-farty. Been doing my talking about dreams, dream catchers, making dream catchers from hand. Paper butterflies made from homemade paper with flowers in. Been sat making these big chunky raggy key rings today that are crocheted, and everything's handmade. Selling little gifts, you see. I'm a creative little soul, I am. Always been like that. I haven't a dad making things. And my dad's very arty. Mind you, my family are pretty good at making stuff. My sister has made... She's making Russian dolls at the minute. This is one of the things she made ages ago. She made these little fairies in jars. My sister made them. See, she made them handmade them out of Fimo plate clay stuff, or whatever you call it. Catch a little fairy in a jar. Got little wings on. Yeah, we're all quite arty-farty in my family. I make jewellery sometimes, bits and bobs. Make bracelets. Sell them sometimes. Make, I don't know where it is. I make books sometimes. Yeah. Make handmade books, handmade key rings, handmade books that are all stitched, all the papers are stitched in, handmade, everything handmade. Yep. Yeah, you'll have to learn the razor trick. Yeah, stretchy bracelets. So, yeah, so I'm just wondering if, I don't mean Play-Doh, I mean the Fimo clay stuff, you cook it in the oven. If the Q drop, you know, Are We Alone in the Alien thing, Did everyone just love when that dropped, if you know what I'm going on about, if everyone's on the Q train? You know, I mow the grass out. Yay! Well, you could mow the grass out. You could do like a big grass circle, you know, like a crop circle. But that had to be one of my favourite drops. One of my favourite drops. Choo choo. Yeah, one of my favourite drops. Yeah, a life-size female Trump. Oh my god, yeah. That's what I need. I need to paint a picture of like when it all comes out, the Trump team or something. Yeah, does she look Irish? Yeah, actually she does a bit, doesn't she? She does look Irish. Have you seen the Agenda 21 trying to burn snow, no water? Agenda 20, they're just off their heads, aren't they? Do a Trump painting. I should try and do a Trump painting. I've done a poem. I should try and do a Trump painting with all the different things on it, you know, that have been going on. Which would be quite good. The Q anniversary soon. How will Q celebrate? Oh god, yeah, it is. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about her. Well, I know what I think I'd like it to be. Does anyone know what I'm thinking? Yeah, my dad was saying he might do a Q painting as well in the thing that he does. I need to do like a picture, the big one, turned the other way around, of like Trump, the Q team, loads of little things on it, you know, the Kennedy bell, like loads of things like that would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, JFK. You know what I'm thinking. Great minds think alike. I like doing spiritual art. I want to get into painting more because I'd like to sell some, hopefully. And all my little bits and bobs that I do, like gift, you know, because and I want to call it Soul Creations, you know, comes from the soul. But yeah. Oh, there was I had a book ages ago because me and my dad said we were going to cut things out and stick it in a book, you know, all this Q stuff. So when you know when it all comes out, great story. I've told you, you'll have all this stuff of all the mad sayings, comments, things that we saw, all the mad memes that have come out that have been absolutely brilliant. I used to do stuff in this diary, and all these pictures I've made my own stickers. People have seen this before. I made my own stickers. I need to start writing down in here all the stuff that's been going on because I used to draw pictures like this, always drawing, like, I don't know, got the moon in there, we've got, two lovers in the moon, actually. They've got the moon thing going on up there, little fairy. These are all my drawings. Guess I need to start doing some Q drawings, really. A little artwork. I enjoyed this. I'm going to have to go back to it. I've just seen him for, oh my god, I'm just seeing if there's anything in that I... Always sort of done pictures like this, you know. Funnily enough, see, I'm going back now. Can't believe this. And I mean, when was this? This was in ages ago. Oh, look who's there. The White Rabbit. Looking back now, I'm like, oh, the White Rabbit. Bit of a coincidence. Get back into that. The connection section is my stage. The comment section is my stage. But yeah, thank you. I'm just very crafty, especially because I don't watch TV. I have time to do stuff because I just find TV really boring now with knowing everything I know. But Yeah, I guess this week's going to be fun. I think it's going to get better and better. I believe somebody said, I haven't seen it myself because I haven't been looking, but is Trump supposed to be meeting Theresa May tomorrow, this week? Is she? But wait, there's more. Buy the drawing now. And yeah. Female Trump head, yeah. I was make some Trump. Well, if all this comes out, I could start making some female Trump earrings, some Q earrings. I better get on it. I better start making some Trump jewelry, some Q jewelry. Might start looking into that. You know, Thursday. I know. Cab's gonna get in whatever. Hey, my dad goes hiking a lot. Well, they'll be all sorted out. You know, it's all happening behind the scenes. We're taking the regimes down and showing everyone for all the countries for what they really are and what they've really been doing, like the UN, you know, uh, the Red Cross and all that stuff. Yeah, I thought about that. I've got a Q shirt. There's a lot of great ones out there, isn't there? Yeah, JFK Jr. I have to do a Caroline earring and JFK Jr. earring out of female. Yeah, a Q hat with sparkles. All you do is get your baseball cap, whatever it is, get the diamond is, and stick them in a Q on you. Done, bosh, done. Yeah, me and my dad got. We said we're getting a Q shirt. We both ordered one. It came on the same day, and he doesn't live near me. And the same day we got it arrived, and we both ordered the exact same T-shirt, and we didn't even know we'd ordered the exact same one. I'm going as absolutely knackered. So yeah, just oh yeah, and there's another thing just to throw in there. You know, let's see what happens with Cav, even though we know what's going to happen with him because he's going to get in despite these silly women. We know it's just the left trying to push to slow walking, you know, getting him in. We know there's going to be big things happening soon. Thank you as well. I know we get a bit sidetracked with everything, but it's just exciting times to be alive. If anyone didn't see these, I made these little dolly bags ages ago as well, which I was given to friends, kids, and they had pens in and another diary book I was making, just a little notebook with different colours in and stuff like that. But yeah, you never know. We'll have to get a site up, but I don't know how you do it. But yeah, I'll have to sort something out. But yeah, it's been nice talking to you all in chat. And where we go, one we go all. Read your poem again. Do you want me to read my poem before I go? Because I did find it quite funny. Now I've got to remember what book it was in. Was it in this one? I will read it before I go because I quite like it. I've just got to figure out where I wrote it. Did I write it here? I've got that much paper. I feel like a nutty professor. Don't think it's in this one. I shall read it before I go. What did my dad just say? I can't see. I'll read it before I go, and then I'll go after I've read this. So, in the Matrix, hi. I've got to find it first. Where is it? Right, here it is. I shall read it again. As I said, I made it yesterday and I stood in the kitchen just thinking about everything. So, let me read it. Right. It's not the right bit. Right. For anyone who knows about Q, you'll understand this. We all came together by the letter Q, picked up the breadcrumbs, researched and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light. We are all Q and we, the people, will fight for our freedom, our families and our rights to live. In a world rid of evil, it's all for our kids. So we ride on the Q train with POTUS and R. So let's unite and shout hurrah. The plan of the elites, sky is falling down. They never thought she'd win. They are such clowns. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. Truth is here and it's here to stay. This time will be told for years to come. History we are making, and we were all part of it. It's been so much fun. We've laughed, we've cried, and we've wobbled at times, but we've stayed strong and stayed on the ride. The time is now where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we win, they fall. And that was thank you to Q and the Anons and everyone out there that's pushing for the truth. Yee, thank you. I like it too. I like it too. Yeah, I'm from England. Where we go one, we go all. Thank you. So I'm going to go now because I think I've been on here forever. 10,000 years. Feels like it. I think I get a few trolls on there again. Not a lot, but you get that, don't you? You get that when you're on target as well. I think all of you come on here, whether you believe things or not are brilliant. You were all really good at that. I think you're all great. Some of you say really silly things, but never mind. Some of you are funny. But yeah, trust the plan. We're nearly there, guys. There's still going to be a lot of stuff going on, but we're nearly there, guys. So bye-bye, yo. So I'll see you all soon. Knowing me, it'll probably be tomorrow. But I am going to do a chat on something completely different as well. But thank you. But you never know, that probably might become famous. You just never know. But yeah, so where we go one week wall. Yeah, trust the plan. Get your popcorn in, people. Especially when Kava gets his bottom on that seat, because it's going down. And just enjoy the show, people. And see you soon. Bye.